Yeah, will do, Luke.
Thanks, Andrew.
Um, Neil, good afternoon to you. How was training today, as if you like, a start of Test week?
Yeah, no, it's good. Everyone's excited. Obviously, this is what we're here for, the Test series, and just around the corner. So yeah, no, boys, everyone's good. Every member of the party really looking forward to it, and training's been good for the last couple of days so far, and obviously another session this afternoon.
In the next few minutes, South Africa are actually going to name their 23. That's 48 hours before they actually need to. That's a pretty punchy call, isn't it?
Yeah, that's up to them. Obviously, teams do it differently. Some do it on a Thursday, some do it earlier. Look, it's their decision, and that's up to them. Whatever team they're going to pick is going to be very strong anyway. And certainly, as hopefully, like, think we're going to be ready. I'm sure they're going to be ready as well for Saturday. So, just gives them boys maybe a little bit of extra prep time if they need it.
Coaches always say it's about what we do, not what they do. But surely you'll sit down and look at the squad that South Africa named. What kind of areas do you look at as a coaching group when you sit down?
Well, obviously strengths and weaknesses. If there are any weaknesses in a side of this of their quality. So look, we know it's going to be a tough game on Saturday. We look at individuals, look at some, from Robin's point of view, scrums, lineouts, and the rest of us from a kicking perspective and attack and D. So we look at all aspects and look at every area that we can try and get a fraction of an upper hand, at some point in the game. So, and they'll obviously do the same. So look, test matches of this magnitude will be a very thin line. There won't be a great deal in the games, and it could go either way on Saturday. Anything that you see that you could pick out. So look, as I said, they're going to be very good. We know that, and we'll just try and get for any fraction that we can get to get us over the line.
We fully expect Andre Pollard to be at 10 for South Africa. Now, he's not had much rugby this season. Is he one of those guys that can just pick it up from wherever it is he left off, and he remains a big threat?
I would say so. Look, he's a class act. He's a world-class player. Obviously, he's had one or two injuries, but again, he's come back and played some game time out in France, and obviously he's come back and played against Georgia. I think he'd have liked to be involved probably last Wednesday, but look, it is what it is, and as I said, he's a class act, and I'm sure if he is playing, he'll pick up from where he left off, and he'll cause us some problems, no doubt. And he's a key player for them, and someone we've got to watch very carefully.
Of course, 2017 in New Zealand proved that you can come back if you do lose the first test, but it's incredibly difficult against this kind of opposition, isn't it? You need to get off to that winning start.
Yeah, in an ideal world, yeah. Obviously, it's a 3-test series, so it's not won or lost in the first game. But if you can win that first test, obviously it gives you a lot of impetus and momentum, and obviously you need that in a series of this size. So look, we didn't 4 years ago. We managed to in Australia. So look, it's not the end of the world, but it is important if you can get a good start. Yeah, ideally so, and obviously we're going to do our utmost to try and win this test match on Saturday. There's no doubt in that.
Given the quality of goal kickers in both squads, is discipline more important than ever? Because you sense that every mistake's going to be punished, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we've already seen on the tour, there's not too many missed kicks and stuff, and the quality in both camps is world class. So no matter who's actually doing the job. So yeah, this discipline is huge, and you want to play in the right areas, but you want to back your systems as well, and you want to be disciplined, and you don't want to be giving too many penalties away. The scoreboard can get away with from away with 3, 6, 9, 12 even, just through kicks alone. So there's not going to be an awful lot of space out there, so discipline is going to be key, and obviously trying to play in the right areas is key as well.
What's the biggest area for you going into Saturday, Neil, that you think we must do that better than the Springboks if we're to be successful in this series?
I think it's across the board, from set piece to the aerial game, your kicking game, playing in the right areas, your D, your attack, taking opportunities when they come, because there ain't going to be many from both sides. So look, you need to be on the money, full stop. I don't think there's one area specifically, but we look at all areas, as do they, and we'd certainly expect a big kicking game. There's no doubt in that from the stuff I look after. So it has been, certainly we played with Wales in the World Cup semi-final. There was 70 odd kicks in that game, so it could be close on Saturday to that amount. I'm not saying it will be, but it certainly could be a big aerial battle from both sides, and you've got to try and come out on top in that area.
Anthony Watson's told us that he expects that they will be told the team this afternoon. Can I ask you, therefore, how long was the selection meeting, and how many names got thrown around?
Yeah, it was tough. I'm not going to lie. There's some quality in this squad, and the guys who are going to be playing, I think I'm going to be very thankful. The guys who are missing out are going to be very unlucky. Whichever way you look at it. So it's very tough. It's not easy. Probably, as Gat said, one of the toughest selections that we've had since we've been involved. But that's a positive as far as I'm concerned. Everyone's putting their hand up. Everyone's playing well, and it's very difficult sometimes to choose someone over another. But it's just, as Gat said, it's an opinion of a couple of coaches. So, but look, whatever team takes the pitch is going to be a very, very good side. And as I said, I know they're more than looking forward to this Test match on Saturday. Everyone.
Thanks, Neil.
Thank you.
Neil, can I just check so that the players are being told this afternoon, and how will they be told?
At some point, it's on Gats. It is Gats will make that call whenever he's ready. At the end of the day, we've trained, we've been together for 5 weeks, 5 and a bit weeks. So a lot of the stuff is already in place. So it'll be on Gats when he decides to make his decision, and he let them know in some sort of meeting.
Sure. And how does he just read it out to them?
Yep.
And everyone gathers around. Is that how it goes?
Yeah, pretty much.
So
yeah.
When will you hope the starting 15? What would be their first training session? When would that happen? Tomorrow morning?
Depending on Gats again. Whenever Gats feels he needs to let the guys know. Could be this afternoon, could be Thursday. But look, a lot of the stuff is already in place for us. It's just maybe a few tweaks, a little bit of fine tuning, and just get yourself mentally and physically ready for a very, very tough Test match on Saturday.
Sure. Just another one on the importance of the opening Test. What are your memories from '97 when you won that game? How did it make you feel about the rest of the series?
Yeah, well, you're one more victory away from winning the series, or you could be a defeat away from losing the series. So winning. Look, it's huge. I've been involved in a couple of tours, and we've won the first Test, we've lost the first Test also, but it's not the be all and end all. Of course, we want to get off the winning start. There's no doubt in that. But if we don't win Saturday, we've still got another chance a week Saturday, and then hopefully the week after. So as what happened 4 years ago, and same in Australia. Managed to win the first, lost the second, come back in the third. 4 years ago, lost the first, won the second, and drew the third. So there's a lot of rugby to be played yet. Not just the first 80 minutes, but certainly the second and the third Test as well. And it's going to be, I've no doubt it's going to be a very tight and tough series, but winning is, as you said, is huge if we can get off the winning start Saturday.
Okay, thanks, Neil. Cheers.
Thank you.
Hello Neil, Alex Lowe here.
Hi mate.
Can I just check in on the status of Liam Williams, please?
Yeah, no, everyone's all good to go. It's only Finn. So there's the only one missing out, but Liam's gone about his protocols and everything, and he's back in training. Trained this morning as normal. So so everyone seems pretty fit and healthy, and obviously ready to go.
Cool, thank you. And in your experience, when the first Test team is named, do you have to look at the squad closely and just gauge the reactions of those who haven't made it? And I'm only asking because this time it might be a signal to players that they won't get another game on this trip because there are no midweek games. I know you've talked how tight everyone is, but is that something that as coaches you just have to keep an eye on this afternoon and tomorrow?
Yeah, I think it'll be a close. There'll be some good chats with some players and stuff that are not involved. There's no doubt in that from the coaches and stuff, and probably Gats. There will be coaches and staff keeping a close eye on people. There's no doubt in that. But look, it's human nature. If you're not involved in a Test team, you're going to be disappointed. It's common sense. But on the same hand, that you're in a squad, you're together in an environment where you've got to pull yourself together quickly, really, and get back on the training pitch quickly and prepare the Test team as good as possible. And so it is a two-way thing. Some players will be involved, some won't, and it's important that the training is of a high standard and of a high quality to prepare the boys as best they possibly can. And look, it's not easy. I've been there before. You're a regular for your country. You can come here and actually not play a Test match. That's the reality of it. But you've got to focus your mind and prepare the team as best as you possibly can. And I think the boys will do that no matter who's in or who's out.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey Neil, how's it going?
Yeah, good, thank you. How are you?
Good, thanks. Just wanted to ask you about Elliot Daly. Like, he's a person that maybe not a lot of people would have said going into the tour that he would have been in a Test 15 from the start, but a lot of people are making him in their selections now at the moment, and he's kind of acquitted himself very well. How handy is it to have a guy like that who's like a Swiss Army knife for you guys, and how has he gone for you on the tour so far?
Elliot's a quality player, has been for a long time. Had a very good tour 4 years ago. Obviously generally regular with England, and can obviously play across the back line, back three and centre. So, that speaks a lot of Elliot himself, and obviously the class and the quality that he brings. He's been excellent on the tour so far. Obviously, from my perspective, he's a very good kicker as well, and a long-range kicker as well, and obviously a good punter, as we said, and good in the air. So, look, he brings a lot of good attributes, and as I said, he's a fantastic player all round, and he's had a very good tour so far.
Just the last one from me, Neil. These games are going to, like, even we saw in that A game, they're going to be tight enough games. It might not be as high scoring as some of the warm-up games were, but a drop goal could win it for you. Have you guys been doing much of that practice in training?
Yeah, the boys will, the kickers, will go about their business as they do at the end of most unit sessions in the morning. We'll go through our kicking routine as we always do, and drop goals will be part of that. So, as you said, test matches can be very tight, and it could come down to a drop goal, at any part of the game, really, and certainly at the latter part of it if you're only a couple of points down. So, it could play, a pivotal role in the drop goal. So, yeah, look, we practice them as often as we do and daily, and we'll see how things go.
Perfect. Cheers, Neil.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.